Hello! Okay, so what I've been doing, of course, is just my usual warm-up. Well, not quite my usual warm-up, but so what's happening here is, so I noticed a while back that flicking to the left for me is more difficult than flicking to the right, which makes sense if you think about it. Like, obviously, like most people, I am right-handed. And on top of that, the way I used to aim with the gamepad, I think my left hand used to actually dominate. At least, because like with the gamepad, because it was sort of rectangular, you'd sort of spin it a bit to aim. And like, that would usually be like a pull with one hand and a push with the other hand. And the way it turned out was, I think I learned how to aim with the gamepad by like pushing more with my left hand, I think. So, like pushing with my left hand feels more natural, and pulling with my right feels more natural. And switching over to the controller, it's sort of more natural for me to do the same thing with this. So like I can usually flick to the right a lot better than I can flick to the left. Normally I have to sort of do this kind of warm-up to kind of get out of that habit a bit. But it seems to be taking a little bit longer than normal. Anyway, so Raffi asked what my opinion is about the idea of restricting modes during a tournament. So what's happening with that is it's been like there's been this idea bounced around for a long time in the Splatoon scene, like ever since basically the beginning. The idea of having like a set map list as opposed to just playing literally everything. Well, not literally everything, because Turf War isn't played. And I guess if you want to be really pedantic about the use of the word literally, then also like the Shifty Station maps aren't played and all that sort of shit. So let's not worry about that. But okay, so every competitive mode is played in tournament. In Splatoon 1, there were even maps and modes that were not in the ranked rotation anymore that still got played in tournament. For example, like Salt Spray Rig and like Port Mackerel Tower Control, all that sort of stuff. Now, the logic behind restricting the map pool is to try and encourage teams to have a more, to have a better idea of how to play the maps. So instead of just being generally good and sort of applying some basic strategy to all, what is it now? It's like 15 maps times 4 modes is 60 maps. So we've got about 60 maps right now. We're gonna have 64 when Arowana comes out. So instead of applying just basic fundamentals to all of those maps, the logic is, well, no, what it should be is you should prepare very well for a small subset of those maps. So, for example, in Splatoon 1, the idea was, you know, get rid of all the shit maps, and then just sort of have the good maps, right? But that was the problem, is that as people, like, the more people sort of started talking about the idea, the more it became like, okay, which maps are we going to remove? And obviously, like, a lot of people said Port, a lot of people said Salt Spray, a lot of people said Moray. But then some other people said, oh, but there's nothing wrong with those maps. We shouldn't remove them. And then that obviously leads to, like, the kind of Pokemon-ism, or even Smash-ism, where, because we have casual players sort of shifting into the competitive scene, what tends to happen is, like, the overlap, you get, like, competitive players who aren't very bright, who just look at the map list and say, well, everything else is bad. Going into, like, casual circles and saying, oh, these maps are shit, you should never play them. And it's like, we kind of want to avoid that. It just breeds animosity, like, there's no point to any of it. And, yeah, anyway, so, the solution to that was, instead of having, like, a ban list, instead have, like, a rotating list of maps that are agreed upon for use in tournaments. So, as opposed to a ban list where you never play the map ever again, instead it would be, okay, for the month of March, we're going to play these 12 game types. And then for the month of April, we're going to play another 12 game types. Just completely well, not necessarily random, but, like, picked with no inherent bias, right? So, like, there wouldn't be any restrictions against, say, Moray being in the rotation, even though a lot of people don't like it. So, the thing with that is, on the surface it's fine. Like, I actually agree with the idea. But I think the way... So, for example, part of the problem with the way I think some people are going about it, because I think Black and Spoon are doing it, but from what I hear, it's going to be like 7 maps for the entire tournament, and it's like, no. Because, like, for example, CSGO has a 7-map pool, right? And that's a 7-map pool, but then, in CSGO, teams rarely have a map pool more than about 3 maps. And the reason that works is because, with that 7-map pool, that becomes a best of 3 or best of 1 series. Sometimes, very rarely, a best of 5 in, like, grand finals of majors and shit. So what you end up with is, like, yes, you have 7 maps, but then each team has a permaban that they just never play. They've just decided, we are never going to play this map ever. And the, like, so that already reduces the map pool down to 6 for that team. And then when these teams play, they know their matchups well in advance, right? So a tournament for CSGO is like 1 match a day, maybe 2. Like, even the E-League major that just went by, people are complaining about the fact that SK Gaming had to play 2 best of 3s on 1 day. Which, to us, like, the average Splatoon tournament is like, what, 10 best of 3s for the winning team or some shit? Especially if they come through losers. So it's a completely different story. Obviously, for CSGO, like, a best of 3 can take upwards of 3 to 4 hours. I think in SK versus Fnatic, it was actually more like 5 hours, because a couple of the games went to overtime, and I think there were technical difficulties as well, so, like, there was a lot to that. But at the same time, that again says 7 maps, but again, it makes sense because you only play 3 of those maps, but you're on those maps for like an hour, right? And these maps have a ton of intricacy to them. They've also been out for an extremely long time. The maps that are played, or rather the maps that are not played, that used to be played, are only temporarily out of the rotation, for the most part. So like Dust 2 in CSGO is not played anymore, but that's only because Valve took it out of the matchmaking pool just to sort of spice things up a bit. And they're gonna like they're gonna do a rework, and then they're probably gonna remove like, I don't know, Caged or Cobble or something. But like again, those won't be permanent removals. Those will just be out for a little bit, and then a rework will come out for them, and then so it'll go. So 7 maps is not enough at all, because in Splatoon you have 5-minute games that are symmetrical. Like the maps are symmetrical. They're very small. They're generally pretty easy to understand. There's only like 1 or 2 ways around the map. The objectives aren't particularly complex. There's no like crazy situational shit going on. Like you'll pick your team and you'll just go. Like even in Japan, where there was a tournament qualifier based on league, where like teams would actually practice that league rotation. So it was that was why, if anyone follows the Japanese scene, like that was why for a while there were teams just doing scrims on nothing but humpback and inkward zones, and that's because that was the league rotation that was going to be the qualifier for this tournament. Even that, like, teams didn't really come up with particularly complex strategies. It was mostly just experimenting with team comps, figuring out what specials needed to be used, and then just, like, stacking specials and rushing at the zone. Like, there was nuance to it, but there was nowhere near the kind of nuance that would justify such a small map pool. So instead, what I was sort of wanting to do, and I think this, if anyone, I don't know if people watching here have like asked Hitzel about this or anything like that, but Hitzel, it's mostly Hitzel's idea. I just sort of agree with it on principle because it's a good idea. The idea was that instead of doing like 7 maps or whatever, you instead do like a pool of say 16 maps, but you rotate out 2 of them at a time. So instead of doing like 16 maps and then changing all 16 the next month, instead you do something like 16 maps and then you change like 2 to 4 or something a week. That way you've got a new 16 every 1 to 2 months, but you've also got some sort of variety. So like each tournament is going to have new maps in it, as opposed to sort of like one tournament having like fuck all maps and then you have to completely redo your map pool. So there's going to be some, I guess, incentive to prioritize learning some maps over others. And like there's going to be incentive to keep practicing maps that aren't in the pool because they're eventually going to be back in the pool, and like, and on top of that, whenever it's brought up as sort of like, why don't people play these maps, it's just like, oh, we just restrict the map pool just so that teams can practice. You know, instead of it being, oh, well, we don't play these maps because they're bad. So I guess, like, that's a pretty bloody long answer, I know, but I guess that, well, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so, oh, I didn't practice inkjet, it doesn't even matter. So anyway, so today is Rainmaker and Muscle Forge Schellendorf, followed by, Splat Zones on Academy and Shipyard. Okay. So, what I'm going to be doing on this... So, Muscle Forge is an easy one, because it's been out for ages, so it's nice and simple. I don't have to do anything particularly crazy for it. So, I'm running Custom Blaster this time, partly because I want to, like, experiment with Inkjet, and sort of get better with it, but also because it's Rainmaker, so having a bomb is kind of useful. Obviously, Splashdown Disruptor is also really useful on Rainmaker, but this weapon at least gives me some better team comp options in some cases. So on this map, my biggest problem is I tend to get stuck in mid too much. So I'll sort of be in mid, but I won't like push down into the trench or anything like that. Whereas what I should be doing is like, you know, getting into the trench so I can shoot people up there, you know, getting in here so I can sort of poke my head up through here, you know, clearing out their snipe, etc. So I'm going to be focusing on that for this map. Now, I have no idea how well my build is going to work. Like, Ninja Squid on Rainmaker is kind of an awkward build, but we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, I'm just sort of... I'm going through, like, what I'm trying to practice. So, I'm trying to play solo queue not necessarily to win my games, even though that should just happen anyway. But rather to, like, focus on one aspect of what I'm doing in particular. And of course this map. Okay, so the thing with this map is I somehow get the impression that people are not going to know the Rainmaker paths, myself included. So for instance, I know that you can get up top and push sort of this direction. And it's sort of, this is sort of the easy way in, right? Because you got a nice path, you know, you can swim the whole way. I also know that going across here, like you have to walk up here, you have to jump up the steps. So it's like they've kind of made each respective path like the more direct the path, the more difficult it is. And of course you've got the rail as well. So, actually that reminds me. Are you able to... Okay, you can only swim at the back of this. Okay. And then presumably you can do this with the Rainmaker. Holy shit. I am very slow with the Rainmaker. So on this map, what do I want to do? No, I don't want to go to that map shot. Yeah, Ziff has sort of got it more or less correct. So what I'm doing in solo is I'm trying to get a feel for how the maps play, and like I do things that I would actually do in a team situation. Like I wouldn't like not necessarily talking about proper coordination or anything like that, but like let's say we're pushing in and the path I like to take is this one, like this one that I'm going through here. So, like, what I can do in solo is I can be like, okay, I've come out here, and I have no idea what the enemy team's going to do. So, what does this rollout lose to? You know, like, what fucks me up? What makes me sort of not as effective as I normally would be? And then from there I can tweak the rollout to sort of be less vulnerable to whatever that was, or, like, maybe take better advantage of something that I noticed. And from there, I can start figuring out strats that I actually want to run as part of a team. Like, solo queue is actually a lot more valuable than people would give it credit for. I know it's really easy to say that solo queue is a meme, and like, it probably is worse in America, just because, you know, you get all these weird people who don't know how to play the game. But, at least for me, it's really useful to be able to do things in solo that may or may not work out, and as long as I'm sort of intellectually honest, and, like, I say, okay, well, you know, this, I just want to fight against 3 people over here, but if those 3 people could aim, then I would have been dead, like, 5 times, you know? If I can say that, then I know I need to tweak things, and, like, I can still find situations where what I'm doing may or may not be the right thing to do, even if it happened to work out. So, Australia's mixed in with America in that we get the same Splatfests as America, and I'm pretty sure the actual game version is American, but it's not, like, I get matched up with Japanese players. Okay, so I'm actually not going to run Ninja Squid. I was going to, but that speed is just fuck. So instead I'm going to do this for now. Then we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, the matchmaking in standard play is based on latency, which Australia's latency to Japan is ideal, so. What motivated me to stream again? The fact that I sucked. I was getting annoyed. Wait, do I have a sparkle on my custom blast? What the fuck? Oh, eesh. That was silly. Okay. I think I was stuck on the wall or something there. For some reason I wasn't getting any height from my inkjet. I am being a bit stupid with my ink chest. Oh hey, a subscriber, hello. I don't think I've had one of those before. So congratulations on being my first subscriber. Welcome to the stream. Oh, hello, that's a stealth jump. Seriously? Okay, I gotta wake up. Holy fuck. 32. I have stealth jump and I haven't used it yet. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, really? It's not so much hesitation as, like, what I call an opportunity is different to what someone like Fuzzy does. I hate that fucking healing. I think Splashdown would be a hell of a lot less stupid if it didn't heal you. And by stupid, I don't mean like overpowered, I just mean stupid. Anyway, I need to fucking do something. Seriously? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was really stupid. I don't know, like, okay, so, like, I started the stream, and I was like, okay, I gotta fucking warm up and all that, and then, like, the moment I started playing, I just fucking start falling asleep. Like, what the fuck was that? Holy hell. And yeah, Splashdown heals you. Inkjet heals you as well. A lot of those specials will give you healing. Like, I think Splashdown heals you, like, just a set amount. Like, I think it just puts you back at full health. And Inkjet, I think Inkjet... I don't know how much Inkjet heals you, but I don't think it's quite as much as, like, being in Ink. But I think it's more than just normal standing. But yeah, Splashdown... I think what Splashdown does is just make it so that, like... you're technically submerged or something like that. I don't know. But, like, you definitely heal really quickly in Splashdown. It's not enough to, like, put you back at full, I don't think, but it is enough to, like, make you survive things like blaster shots. If they get, like, if they get, like, 250 hitboxes. That was a horrible first game, though. I was doing stupid things. So, let's not do that a second time. Sod money to get better internet. Yeah, so about that, to get better internet, I would need to spend approximately... what would it be? At least a couple 100,000, maybe a million or more. Just for the sake of getting... proper cables and whatnot, you know, because we have ADSL. Oh my fuck, dude. Okay, I need to focus because I'm fucking retarded. Cool. So that's that. Oh my fuck, dude. I'm gonna take a moment. Alright. That was fucking stupid. Like, that wasn't... That, yeah, I don't... yeah. I always forget the fucking range on the Rainmaker shield on that map. Oh god, 1970. Okay. We're in... Yeah, okay. I've lost my fucking sparkle and everything. That's... Okay, so we're at 1970. Well, at least this game has a 1970 power. Well... Is he gonna... Okay. Oh, there's two dualies, okay. Holy shit, this guy's alive. He's off our spawn. That's a bad thing, because it means that we are going to fucking lose a ton of points. Oh my gosh. Holy shit! Oh, shit. Oh, there was another guy there anyway. Yeah, I was dead. Oh, hey, they're Imperious DC. Interesting. That could have been awkward. Ah. Okay, can we please not be in the 1900 bracket anymore? Pretty please. Okay, 2100. We're in there. Oy, oy, oy. You do not want to be in the 1900 bracket. It's just not. It is really not something that you want. Ooh, okay. I don't get many points going this way, but I'll do it anyway. Oh, well, there's a bomb. Of course there's a bomb. So I think ideally what you actually want to do is go top right, so that you can swim the last sort of bit. Well, I had armor, I probably would have survived that if not for the guy shooting me from behind. Damn it. Fuck, I was trying to get Inkjet, but it didn't quite work. It wasn't quite enough paint for me to get it. If I'd got it, I would have been able to actually cover that push, but... oh. Oh shit, there's a guy here, what the fuck? This one guy keeps taking it back up our zipline. Like, I can sort of see what he's doing, but it's also very awkward. And that's why, because they can just grab it and drop down. Yeah, so like, you gotta cross all the way over if you want to take it that way, and that's just not something that you can do with a range disadvantage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is not going very well. There's still a guy here. What the fuck was that? Yeah, the power ranking is for everyone in the room. That was just a stupid game. Like, you could tell nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. And not having special saver on this just hurts so much. Especially since, like, because normally what you do is, on a blaster, you run, like, special saver just a bit. You don't need as much from tower control, but, like, on any other mode, it just sort of gets you special so much more often. And you can make more plays more often, and, like, if you fuck up, you aren't, like, you can still go in with special, like, next respawn really quickly and easily. And you can really tell that it's not helping for this. Also definitely feels like Shellendorf Rainmaker, you just need run speed. Or you need something that can stand up top, up on glass, and just like shoot things. Because otherwise, like I could have probably made plays happen if I'd stuck to the low ground, but like the team was insisting on pushing glass rather than low ground. So I had to go out there and help out, but like, yeah, I still feel as though the better play, I don't know, the better play would have been to go through the low ground and like come up from behind, but the couple of times I did that, like, it just wasn't the right thing to do at the time, so. I can also see why there are so many fucking dualies in the rotation. Kind of wondered how dually squatches would do though. Rafi, that's the joke. Rah Rasputin. We're just not gonna get a game. There we go. And heavy. Fucking Stingray. But now I've got a Charger on my team. That's just unfortunate. Damn. Where are they going? Oh my gosh. We're both horrible. How did... wait, seriously? That should have been a kill. That guy was like right next to... There's just N-Zaps everywhere. There's only one of them on the enemy team, but there's still 10 of them everywhere. This guy hasn't moved out of his... oh my gosh. Why do I keep checking the map and just seeing everyone on my team fucking behind mid? It's... do I actually have to fucking just run Speed Blaster or some shit? Like, this is ridiculous. I did, like, nothing that game. Yeah, exactly. Holy shit, dude. Because, okay, so my game plan of going through bottom mid was just not working. Because even if I got through, like, it worked the first time because there was nobody down there. But then that's the problem, is if I go through there and there's nobody there, then I can't kill anyone. And like, then what's the point of even having a blaster on your team if it's not getting any kills? And then like, every time I did manage to get through, I could get up there, but then there'd just be people sort of all over the place, and it's like, I can't fight the heavy unless I'm like directly below him. So, I don't know. Oh, I was stuck. I should have just jumped out there, honestly. And here we go again. Probably should have. As soon as the pop wasn't gonna happen, I should have just not gone for it. Oh my gosh, how are you not dead? Oh, fuck, dude. I just thought he'd run away, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna let you run away, because I can't really fight you around that corner. And then he just stood there. Okay, then. This heavy is currently just walking at everyone. Oh my gosh, the points. This should be game. Oh, wow. Should have stayed behind the cover. I'm still doing that thing that I used to do like really early on, before I played Ten Attack a lot. where, like, I'm not being careful with when playing jet spawns. Like, I'm putting too much stock in... Oh, nice. Yeah, Miyahan, I don't think anyone does. I should still be able to rake out in this rotation, though. Unless something crazy happens. I figured the inkjet would be really good here for, just like hovering over the glass, but I think I might have made a mistake. Because it feels as though what's actually happening in these games is I'm not really using inkjet because I'm sticking to the low ground, and like when I do use inkjet, there's like people from the high ground shooting down at me. Like, obviously on Muscle Forge, Inkjet's really good, but like on Schellendorf, I think you actually need a run speed build to use Inkjet, so that you can move around with it faster. Which makes sense on Schellendorf, like, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not making that mistake again. I can get away from this suction. Jump into that. I could have, maybe, but I'm not going to. I hate it when the Stingray's just like, fuck you. Yes, fuck you in particular. Oh. Machine. Oh hey, you died. I need to stop throwing these fucking things, holy shit. I'm a fucking retard! Wait, why was that? What the? Oh, I'm... Oh my gosh. Get out of our fucking spawn, dude. Holy shit. What are you, Australian? Oh my gosh. Nice. He built a stingray from spawn. He's still standing there, dude. You know what? The Imperious has the right idea. Have the right idea. Yeah, that game was unwinnable, I'm pretty sure. Holy mother of fuck. Just don't play sniper. Just don't do it. Like, I'm not playing solo queue to indulge people's fucking masochism fetishes. Like, it's just not. Like, I can't practice what I'm trying to practice if we have someone here who's doing the Splatoon equivalent of fucking cutting themselves. Holy shit. In fairness, I'm also really fucking out of it. I don't know what happened. Like, I was on, and I was like, okay, I am warming up, and it is good. I am in a good frame of mind. And then, first fucking, like, 5 seconds of my first game, I was just like, holy shit, I suddenly have no energy. Okay, when someone has a name like that, you really gotta start worrying. Emily. Okay, let's do this. They have a GoTuber, we have an E-Leader, I'm not sure... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm stupid. Where is that? Wait, what the fuck? E-Leader is never good. It just... Oh my gosh. Oh hey, now we lose. That is why E-Leader is a fucking bad idea. So I said I was going to be able to rank up in this rotation. Unfortunately, that is just how stupid people get in Rainmaker. Like, first of all, they pick E-Leader, and then it's like, well, from that point on, you're just basically screwed. Okay, so I've gone from Emily to Arthur. That is concerning. $18.20. I am actually... Inkjet last ball, holy shit. Mondre, I really hope you're being ironic. I actually thought that was a teammate. He was so fucking green that it was like... Oh boy. Fuck, I hate stingrays. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? I just... Oh, I jumped to the wrong person! Okay, apparently it's okay. No, it's not. Holy shit, team, pay attention for once. Go team! Holy shit! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was one of the most painful games I've ever fucking played in this game. Holy shit. The funny thing is that they were all fucking rushing Roof. And like, even if I had died, we would have still won. I don't know, that was a dumb fucking game, dude. Well, I ranked up, and I'm not fucking playing that rotation any longer. Like, I can't fucking handle the 1800 lock, the 1900 bracket at all. Okay, so I gotta loosen up a bit. Well, you know what I mean, like dying without getting kills. Because that was a quad at the end, but like it could have been a triple and it would have still been fine. Okay, I need to work on my ink jets though, because those are just inexcusably bad. I need that, I need that, I need... Where is it? Oh, it's right there. And finally... Oh, that'll do. Do I play +5? No, it's +3. There you go, +3, +2. I'm jittery because I hold my... Like, I don't lean on anything. Like, I have my controller... Like, my arms aren't resting on anything, so, like, my controller's just sort of free to move around. See, this is the problem. Sometimes, like, the reason I'm on a high sensitivity to begin with is because I was doing that a lot, where sort of like, I'd flick, but it wouldn't actually, like, it would sort of be something like this, rather than like an actual... Yeah, like that. Okay, so what happened there is I sort of pushed my left hand across, but but my right hand didn't, like, compensate upwards enough. So I didn't get the full rotation. And, like, I kept doing that in the middle of a fight, and it fucked me up. See, like, that's what happens as I get turns like that, where I just... Yeah. So, what I've been practicing is just, like, hard left and hard right flicks. Okay, that's rotation. Alright, I want to practice this though. Okay, yeah. So, the problem is that I'm not doing the swim drop correctly. That's what I had down before. Right, then I get the last one off. Yeah, so what's happening is, so when you play Inkjet, if you sort of drop out of the sky a little bit, it makes it a lot harder to hit you. And like you can play close to the ground in order to make your shots easier. The reason that works is because it's kind of like sniping, where if you're shooting like from above someone, and like they move around, so they can go sort of left, right, or close or far. Whereas if you're here, if they go like if you're like level with someone, then you only need to aim in one axis. They can't go further. Like they can jump obviously, but like they can't. If they go further away, you're still hitting them, right? Like you aren't actually adjusting your aim at all. Whereas if you're above them, they have an extra axis of movement. So by dropping down, you're actually making it easier to aim. Rotation. Inkblot Sturgeon. Alright. What's my best weapon? Probably just Vanilla Blaster. Either that or ends up. Nice. So that's the main thing I wanted to level up, is that those glasses, because I actually have like no special power gear at the moment. I only have 4 pieces total, on my head slot. So, all right, what do I want to do here? Come back. Come back. All right, and let's do blaster. I don't want to use too many inkjets at the moment. I'd rather use those in other modes. You hate inkjet. That's a shame. Inkjet's really nice though. Alright. Oh, that's right, I didn't, oh, well, I already know the openings I want to do for this, so it's not a big deal. Oh, damn it. I knew where it was going, I just fucking didn't get my shot off the first time, somehow. I would have directed him. Seriously? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the way you get Japanese lobbies if you're not in a region that automatically connects to Japanese lobbies is with a VPN. But honestly, like, if you start doing that, like, it's a massive fucking dick move. Because most of the people who, like, try to do the VPN shit are not actually good enough to play in S+ lobbies in Japan. So, like, don't fucking ruin the game for everyone else just because you think you're better than people from your region. Like, the playstyle is completely fucking different. Like, you gotta realize that American Solo Queue is basically a bunch of relatively decent aimers who just go in and fucking walk around shooting everything, but, like, just play fucking retarded because they're able to, and then a bunch of people who aren't very good. You know? Like... But in Japan, the playstyle is, like, very explicit, especially for Smart Zones. Like, there is a playstyle that everyone sort of adopts. Based around, like, sticking with your team and, like, helping them push and all that sort of shit. I'm retarded. Didn't know there was a blast. I didn't see the blaster there. Oh, but tried to get around the corner and then I just fucking fed instead. Okay. Oh yeah, and you're just gonna lag out the lobbies with like 500 ping, so don't do that. fuck was that? Why would you do that? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, the 2-hit not killing with the blaster could be for any number of reasons. Oh wow, I just realized we had a carbon. I thought that was a hero fucking roller. Sup, finish? Do I think they're gonna bring back global matchmaking? I think what they're gonna do is make it so that the matchmaking is a bit more lenient. I don't think they're gonna remove the sort of preference for Japanese players to match other Japanese players. But I can already tell that they've started to relax things a bit because I'm starting to get more American lobbies. And I can tell they're American lobbies because they're full of Western names and everyone's stupid. Just kidding. About the Western names pit, there's like a ton of people who use like Japanese characters and names to look cool. But like the actual matchmaking, I don't. Unless, like they might relax it so that you can actually get matched, but I don't think there's going to be any removal of the preferential treatment. Well, I play with Japanese players because I'm Australian. So Australia is closer to Japan than it is to the US. So the pings are lower and it's easy to get matched with them. Glugers. Damn it. Stayed too close to the rock so I couldn't get the shot. This is really awkward. Nice. Should be able to retake. Used all the specials. Dude, holy fuck, I'm not even getting assists, everyone else is just getting kills. Like I was saying before, there's a distinct difference in playstyle between Japanese and American players. Yeah, nice Lucas, dude. Damn, couldn't get away from that. The average IQ difference? I don't think it's IQ, but yeah, I think there is a cultural difference. The main reason why Japan is... Okay, there's a couple of reasons why Japan tends to perform better in this game. Firstly, they have a culture built around, like, helping one's community, I guess. So, for instance, the idea of hiding a strat, like, or hiding information about the game so that you have an advantage over everyone else, is completely foreign. Is it 5 points higher? That's probably because of the schooling system or something, I don't know. Why did they get rid of global matchmaking? Because, probably because Japan kept complaining about how bad America was, I don't know. I actually don't know. It's probably just because it made a lot more sense to add in latency-based matchmaking just to improve the general online experience. Oh, is it draining it out? That's very strange. It shouldn't be. What's up, Swag? Hang on, I'll do this. Let's turn this down a bit. Okay. But the main thing, though, is that sort of helping one's community thing means that Japan just has resources. Not only do they have resources, but they're also resources that everyone actually thinks to look for. So instead of it being like when people like do something in Japan, it's like okay, well, we should do this to the best of our ability or whatever. You know, like, we should play this game to the best of our ability, you know, we should put the full effort in, we should, you know, make sure not to ruin the experience of everyone else who's playing. That is 3 enzymes. But what that means in the playstyle difference thing is that everyone sort of pays attention to what everyone else is doing. I'm bad. Turf War because of Koshian, and Splat Zones because that was just the original mode that everyone played. Oh, I'm dead. It also is more conducive to like pickups because you need like less intricate strategies to play. Oh my goodness! You need less intricate strategies to play Turf War, not Turf War, Splat Zones. And also like the other nice thing about Splat Zones is that when you have like a clear case of one team outclassing the other, the game just ends. Like there's no protracted like, oh, there's no way we can win, but you know, we're gonna, like, we have to keep playing because we're also not trying to throw, blah, blah, blah. Like, in Splat Zones, if one team is better than the other, the better team will just win, right? Like, it'll be a knockout in 2 minutes or whatever. And that's that. That's the end of it. And then everyone can just move on with their lives. Whereas, especially Tower Control, and even especially Clan Blitz, like, doubly especially, like, Rainmaker, yeah, you tend to get knocked out if you're worse than the other team. But, like, Tower Control just goes on forever, sometimes. But anyway, to sort of finish what I was talking about with the playstyle thing, in Japan, it's just really common for people to keep an eye on their teammates better, and, like, move together as a team, and, like, there's a sort of... between the common, like, knowledge that everyone has, plus the tendency to sort of be more aware of one's team, that means that Japan has this kind of playstyle where you don't really get people going off and ignoring the objective as much, and, like, you don't have people, like, running in by themselves, you have people, like, waiting for spawns, you know, all that sort of stuff. And even when people do die on their own, it's usually because they don't recognize where they're able to stand, rather than them thinking that they can just go and 1v4 the enemy team. This is an awkward team comp. Oh, what the... What? That was a fucking roller! Holy shit. I need to turn my volume back up so I can actually hear that shit. That was my bad entirely. I should have been able to get a couple of kills there. Ooh, is that underneath that? Oh, the Hydra got me. Okay, that explains. Fucking Imperious disconnected, dude. Our Imperious disconnected, so... Oh, hello, Rolla. Oh, there's a bomb. Hello. knows if I'm just playing in different modes and I'm playing Splashdown instead of Inkjet. Fuck you too, game. The other problem with the VPN stuff is that you start getting like mixed lobbies in twins and whatnot. Twins are becoming unplayable, like actually properly unplayable, because the problem with twins now is you actually get Japanese twins in your lobbies, and almost invariably they are just way fucking better than the 3 American teams in your lobby, or the 2 other American teams, whatever. And it's like, but like they have the same power level because that's just oh fuck. But yeah, they have the same power level because the Japanese power levels are much lower on account of the. Oh shit! I landed in a pixel of ink, or puddle of ink, and that's what happened. Nice. Should be good enough for a retake. Nice. Twins is in duo squads, duo league, whatever. 2-player league mode. Damn it. I thought he'd chase me around. There we go. Numbers. Oh, he got me. Oh my goodness. Please kill him. Oh no. I fucking hate doing when I do that. Fucking fuck shit. Okay, paint the zone team. Nice job. Okay, one more spawn wave and we'll start getting points. Oh boy, that was close. I think the real way to fix the matchmaking problem is just to make it so that, like, the higher your power gets, the more likely you are to be matched with, like, Japan or something like that. Or, like, the more likely you are to be matched with people of your power level over the latency-based matchmaking. Ah, damn it. I shouldn't have thrown those. Oh, this is awkward. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my. Oh my gosh, you serious? Well, that worked. The really nice thing, though, in all this is that when I'm actually... I seem to have woken up again, so the earlier fatigue, whatever the fuck it was, is no longer a problem. But, like, the really nice thing in these games is that I actually feel as though my directs and whatnot aren't flukes anymore. Silver, it showed up for me. Alright. I am very quickly running out of money tickets. I need to do some salmon. Wait. Do I have that? Dang. I don't have anything interesting yet. What was I gonna run? On Blaster, you want usually Ninja Squid. Bit of Special Saver. Sub Saver or Special Power, depending on which blaster you're using. And then just Swim Speed. You want Sub Saver on Custom, on Vanilla, because, like, the Disruptors, like, if you can get a ton of Disruptors out, oh my goodness, what is going on with this Splat Zone's power? But yeah, like, if you get a ton of Disruptors out, like, you can still sort of move around as you normally would. Oh, holy shit, there's a sniper. And just like that, we're all dead. Alright. Holy shit, you can already just see the difference. Yeah, it's the average of all 8. No, my rank power is probably going to be around 2150 or so. First Splat Zones anyway. I got someone. Oh my goodness, these... Don't you dare die, holy shit. What the fuck did I just do? Holy shit, dude. Oh. There's a distinct sort of feeling. I don't know about you guys, but like when I do something that's like crazy or whatever, like if I get a direct where it's like, you know, 180 direct or whatever, there's always a feeling I get where I either know it was a fluke or I know it was like something that I did. Not intentionally. Intentionally is the wrong word. But, like, it went... It feels like I could have done it consistently, right? And the big difference I've noticed in the last couple of days since I started playing solo again and, like, doing proper practice and all that, is that my directs actually feel like they are consistent. I'm not just getting the occasional direct and being like, oh boy, that was cool, and then, like, winning the game off it. It's actually, like, I can go in and I can rely on the fact that I will hit directs. Okay, so the factor that makes jumps in S Plus and whatnot. Okay, so obviously win streaks are part of it. I think Lean's been data mining, and the big, there's a couple of things. So what determines a jump, I think, is basically your win streak. And not just win streak, but also, like, how much above, like, the average your rank power is. Oh, there was another guy. Hello. What determines... Oh my... You went too close. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Oh, holy shit, that was a stealth jump, okay. Oh hey, our bucket has arrived. kind of cornered myself there. That was pretty bad. Oh my gosh. Are you fucking serious, dude? He's just sitting up there. Oh my gosh, that guy is retarded. I think he's earned a block. Holy shit. See, that's the stupid part, is that counted as a game. Where, like, quite obviously, that guy was idle for, like, the first minute and a half or something. That should have been a fucking... Yeah, okay. It's not that autobombs are too quiet, it's that the sound channel literally cuts out. That guy fucking earned that block, holy shit. Spend the first minute and a half idle, he doesn't even have the good fucking grace to disconnect so that he doesn't ruin fucking everyone else's experience. Instead he starts playing and makes it so that everyone loses points. And not only does he start playing, but his idea of playing is sitting on the backside of fucking zone, just chilling in a wall and doing absolutely nothing for a full minute straight. Does blocking users work for solo queue? It actually does, a little bit. Like, it will still put you in a lobby with people you've blocked, sometimes. Like, if you get... Like, if it's, say, Splatfest or something, and, like, you're playing from Australia, and you try to block all the people in Australia so that you get other games, it doesn't actually work. Like, if it can't put you in a normal lobby, if it can't put you in a lobby without people you've blocked, then it will just dump you in a lobby with people you have blocked. Is a pure of Subsaver too much on Vanilla Blaster? No, I personally quite often... Well, I used to use a full pure, now I use just like 3 subs of it. But yeah, it's just really nice to have because it scales quite well early on. Also, I do not like our team comp. Everyone's got the sparkle, so we should be okay, but... I saw that guy stop moving. I don't know what... Sometimes you see people do that and it's like, no, that's... I'm not blind. I saw you stop. No, the Dynamo is actually a good weapon now. At least the Gold Dynamo is. Gold Dynamo is at like 20th in usage in leagues or something like that. The Dynamo was not the problem. The problem there was the fact that they just weren't very good. Like, doesn't matter if they have a Dynamo, we had an E-Leader and a Rapid Pro. Like, Rapid Pro is a good weapon, but like, E-Leader and Rapid Pro and Vanilla Blaster on the same team, like, you have 0 bombs. Like, the Splatter Shot had to do all of our painting. I mean, the Charger having 0 kills, he can't really do much about that. First of all, he picked Charger, which for some people it isn't their fault. I'm assuming, like, their hand slipped or something, so you can't make any assumptions. But then the other thing is, like, there was a Blaster in his base the whole game. How could he possibly get any kills? You know? And yeah, basically what Alzy said. Dynamo just gets kills now. That's what it's for. It gets kills, builds armor by getting kills, uses armor. Helps that it's one of the only, like, Splat Bomb weapons now. Splat Bomb is very, like, uncommon. Well, it's not that it's uncommon, it's more that it's, like, it's on weapons that don't get used. This. Oh, damn. Well, I could have pushed that, but I missed my first shot like an idiot. Should have shot the other direction. And there's gonna be a stingray. Or something. Why did that guy jump? What the fuck? I just jumped into his shot, dude. He made a mistake. Damn it! I knew he was going to do that, and I fucking missed the shot. What's up, Marcus? And yes, that is the joke. Unfortunately, I have been dying a fair bit, but I haven't been losing that much, so... Where's this blaster? Oh, there he is. Fuck. I had to dodge like 10 things there. While trying to build Splash 10, it didn't quite work. Oh hey, team's getting kills there. Nice lead. Oh, holy shit. Well, hi Marcus, bye Marcus. Lamb, the problem with range is it's just sort of not that great. If you're talking about range in general, or do you mean like the range blaster? Because the range blaster is also okay, it's just you need to really know what you're doing with it. Oh, what? Holy shit. I just assumed that he didn't see me. Take this armor, okay. He's dead. Damn it. Oh, it just started exploding, okay. But yeah, Range Blaster is still okay, it's just that Range Blaster is way slower than Blaster. And like, a common theme in like really good weapons is that because they're easy, they're also like very reliable. Please paint the zone. Okay. So, like, the Range Blaster, the problem with the Range Blaster is that people are used to seeing the Range Blaster as, like, a top-tier weapon. But the problem is that the kit doesn't really help it that much. And so what happens with the Range Blaster is people use it thinking that it's a CRB, but it's not a CRB. CRB was what happens when you give something like the Range Blaster, which at the time was a lot stronger than it is now. When you give something like that a Kraken and a Splat Bomb, mainly the Kraken, right? Like, CRB would not have been as strong as it was with any other special. Yeah, that's just the thing in the middle, yeah. Like, so people are playing the CRB, the Range Blaster, as though it's a CRB. Just like people are going to start playing the new CRB like it's a Grim, even though it's not a Grim. The Grim was good because of damage up. New CRB is going to be shit because of no damage up. Right? Like, it's just not going to have anywhere near the same kind of effect. No, Light Depletion had nothing to do with it. What made... So, like, the Light Depletion made it so that Special Saver builds were better, but, like, the Light Depletion didn't really affect the CRB much at all. Because, like, it can't paint. It only gets paint. It only paints by getting kills. Like, the correct build for a CRB was using the Light Depletion with Special Saver, so that, you know... So, basically so that you'd always have it, have the Kraken available too. Holy shit. They all fucking rushed me. Paint, guys, paint, paint, paint. Well, this is a wash. We had a mini, so we just automatically lost, but... What else had Light Depletion Kraken? Yeah, Permabrush, Octobrush. There were others. I'm trying to think. L3D was medium. Aerospray PG, I think, was actually medium. Neo Sploosh. What else? 96 Deca was heavy. Custom Jet was light. Custom E-Liter, I think, ended up being light. It might have been medium, I don't remember. I feel like it might have been buffed to be light, but it was still garbage. I think New Squiffer was light. Actually, it might have been medium. Not New Squiffer, Fresh Squiffer. What else was there? Ends up 89? No, 83 was medium. I think that was it, yeah. Oh, Heavy Deca was medium as well. What should you eat for dinner? one graham cracker. And a slice of apple. Ah, damn it. I swung out to get that direct, but like there was paint, so I didn't actually move as far forward as I was wanting to. And got me killed. How is that not a direct? What the fuck? Damn it. Should have splashed down sooner. I'm bad. After those, like, 3 misdirects in a row, I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna stop being bad. And then I stopped being bad for a sec. So that was useful, not that we won the game. Blue Dan, the thing with the special depletion levels is that in this game, the points to special kind of acts similarly to special depletion. So, if you think about it in terms of points to special, let's say they gave, like the 10 attack right now has 230 points to an inkjet, which means when you die, by default, you lose 115, right? This is as compared to, say, a blaster, which is 170, where if you die with a blaster... Ah, damn it. If you die with a blaster, you only lose 85 points. So, it's not anywhere near as bad. So, like, you compare that to special depletion, where, like, heavy Kraken was, like, you lose 150, light Kraken was, like, you lose 80. Oh, the sniper. Fuck. I didn't even realize my team was dead. That was bad of me. No, stop going that way, fuck. Ah, damn it. Get out of our base, you fuck! Holy shit! Stop getting people off our plat. It's not gonna happen. Especially not when you use bubbles like that. Holy shit. When are people gonna learn that if people are on your fucking plat and you go around, you kill them because they all come off the plat from the same place and you just put a disruptor up there and they all die. Just don't fucking do that. Stop trying to retake like that. Anyway. I kind of feel like my opening on this map is bad, because it doesn't seem to be working very well. With the full stacks on either side, I can sort of use them as cover and get around more easily, and people sort of tend to target them more. But it seems as though top mid's just the way to go, or the way people go on this map. So, it makes more sense to try and clear top mid so that we can, or like, maybe go around right. That might make more sense. Anyway. Let's start right this time. Oh. Okay. Oh, heavy. He seemed to be just sort of paying no mind, so I thought I'd just go around and try and paint the zone, but it didn't happen. If you think that's the problem... Oh, shit. If you think that's the problem, then you aren't thinking creatively enough about what you can do about it. Fucking Stingray. Like, seriously, if you are having problems with one particular thing on the map, like, you aren't thinking creatively enough about how to deal with it. I don't know, yeah. I'm playing like a fucking idiot again. Because the problem is, I always play the right side, the left side of the map on opening, like on every other mode. So not doing that is just weird to me. I'm not really sure, like, what I need to do. It also felt as though that game, like, we just had someone trying to play fucking American solo queue and it wasn't working for obvious reasons. Like, you gotta spawn camp them, but you also need to make sure that they aren't able to... Like, if you do spawn camp, you have to actually do it right. You can't just go in and, like, stand on their plat and expect them to not do something about it. Which I think is the problem we had there, because I think it was the junior who was trying to spawn camp, and a junior is not a spawn camping weapon. It's barely even a weapon to begin with. Wow, this is awkward. I fucking hate that. The collisions are not on my end. Like, he didn't even fucking go anywhere near me, and he just fucking stopped me dead. Okay. Oh boy. nice. Oh dear. That was just bad. I'm sorry. That was a really awkward game, holy shit. Oh boy, I'm getting a bit fatigued too. Like, I'm missing shots stupidly and doing stupid things and all that. And yes, I am in Hitzel's team. Gosh, yeah, okay, honestly guys, I don't think I can keep playing. I'm like really fucking fatigued. So I'm just gonna call it there. Like, I wasn't wanting to call it here, but I'm just gonna have to, I think. Yeah, so, thanks for watching everyone. Hopefully tomorrow, like, I'm hoping that tomorrow Clan Blitz won't be at fucking 5 till 7, because that's really stupid. That's sort of what I'm aiming to play, and if it's at, like, 5 to 7, it's, like, right in the middle, you know. So yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, and all that, and laters.